Hi everyone, my name is Hugo. I am 45 years old. I am living alone in the capital Hanoi, Vietnam. Today is payday. After work, I hurriedly caught the train home so I could quickly withdraw my salary. This is the train in Hanoi, the mode of transport I use to commute to work. Ever since the train service started, getting around has become much more convenient for the locals. However, trains are not yet widespread in Vietnam. Hanoi currently has only 2 lines. After leaving the station, I stopped by the bank to withdraw cash. I look forward to this day every month. This is Vietcombank, one of the banks with the largest market capitalization in Vietnam. I don't know how much my salary will be this month, but I plan to withdraw the entire amount because I need to use it every month and have almost nothing left over by the end of the month. With a low salary, my spending is very tight. But today is payday, so I'm going to treat myself. I'll stop by the supermarket to pick up some food and drinks to celebrate. The prices at this supermarket are quite reasonable, and it's always packed with customers. The customers are mainly low to medium income workers and students from the universities around here. While everyone else is jostling to shop, I pick out the simplest items for myself. The main course today will be stir-fried chicken breast with mushrooms. In addition to today's ingredients, I'm also picking up some vegetables and eggs for the days ahead. This place is packed with people. It looks as if they want to haul the entire supermarket home. Everyone was jostling to pick out items. I had never seen a scene like this at other supermarkets. What about where you live? Do people crowd together like that at the supermarket? If you ever get the chance to visit Vietnam, you should experience it for yourself and see what it's like. But for now, let's continue shopping. I need to pick out my things and get out of here quickly. The atmosphere is really stifling. With such huge crowds, the staff here have their hands full, constantly taking turns restocking the shelves the moment items run out. After picking out the necessary ingredients, I bought myself 2 cans of beer. There are plenty of varieties, Heineken, Tiger, and so on, but I still prefer the taste of Hanoi beer. Along with Saigon beer, Hanoi beer is also a quintessentially Vietnamese brand. Do they sell any Vietnamese beer where you are? Have you ever tried Vietnamese beer? When you come to Vietnam, I'll take you out for bia hoi on the sidewalk. It's a fantastic experience. But for now, I'm going to settle the bill, head home to cook, and review my expenses for the month. I'm home now. Oh my god, Bean has peed on the floor. Why did he go to the bathroom on the floor today? He doesn't usually do that. Or maybe he knew I got paid today and wanted to give me a special treat too. I have to clean up the mess he left first. What a hassle. He's even sitting there watching me clean up his mess. If he gives me gifts like this every day, it's going to be exhausting. I need to take a shower before I think about anything else. Can you hear a noise? That's the sound of my electric fan and refrigerator. It's quite annoying, isn't it? I am very sorry for the inconvenience. Since everything in my room is secondhand, bought cheaply, it's hard to avoid. Yet, day in and day out, I live in harmony with them, almost like they're my confidants. Perhaps I've grown so accustomed to their hum that now if I don't hear it, I feel a sense of emptiness when I'm alone. If you had to live alone on a low income like I do, you'd understand this feeling. When you have no money, every object becomes precious. Things others might discard are things you cherish and welcome. What about you? Have you ever been in a situation like mine? And how did it make you feel? Please leave a comment and let me know how you feel. We can share it together. This is my little guy's food. He goes through 2 of these bags a month. Each bag weighs 2.6 kilograms and costs 220,000 VND. So it costs me 440,000 VND per month. The amount of food consumed might increase over time, but I'm still happy to have my pet as a companion.
Đói á.
I might take him back to my hometown when he gets bigger, but for now, he's a great friend to me in this small room. And I'm still able to care for it even though my income is a bit tight. Do you like keeping pets? What is your favorite animal? Do we share the same interests? Let me know in the comments. Now let's calculate my monthly living expenses and see what my income looks like. Try to guess how much income I earn in a month. Try to guess how much money I earned this month. I received 15,800,000 VND this month. I have been working since the time my salary was only 3 million VND and have continued up to the present. However, compared to current standards, my income is below average. That is why I have to find weekend side jobs every month to cover my living expenses. Whether the location is near or far, I can handle any job. I just need to earn some extra income. I earned an extra 2 million VND from a side job over 4 weekends. It isn't a huge amount, but it is essential for me to get by in Hanoi. I also had 450,000 VND left over from last month. However, since I spent 197,000 VND at the supermarket today, I am currently left with 253,000 VND. I'll add this surplus to this month's total to see how much money I have altogether. In total, I want 18,050,000 VND from this. As for my monthly expenses, I send 10 million VND back home to my family. This is a mandatory monthly expense, as I have elderly parents, a wife, and 2 children who are still in school back home. This is also the reason I continue my lonely, arduous life in this city. So, despite the hardships and struggles of my daily life, I must ensure they enjoy days of peace and freedom from worry. Even though I know the money I send back covers only their living expenses and my children's tuition, at least they are spared the backbreaking labor of toiling in the fields, exposed to the scorching sun and driving rain. Life in the countryside is truly difficult, people rely solely on farming to scrape by. They once enjoyed a prosperous life thanks to livestock farming, but sudden disease outbreaks stripped them of everything. Once farm owners, they suddenly found themselves unwillingly saddled with debt. The larger the farm, the heavier the debt. Consequently, many have been forced to leave their hometowns to work elsewhere in order to pay off what they owe. My family was no exception. We too once enjoyed a prosperous life, only to eventually find ourselves burdened with unwanted debts. Debts that, while not massive, still made life much harder for everyone. Fortunately, thanks to the money I sent home every month, things didn't become too difficult. And now, there are my own essential expenses. Every month, I have to pay 180,000 VND in rent. Monthly food expenses are 2,500,000 VND. Electricity is 300,000 VND. Water is 150,000 VND. And internet is 100,000 VND. These are fixed monthly costs, whereas transportation, Bean's food, and my own daily expenses vary from month to month. If I can pick up more extra work, it will be easier for us to manage our expenses. I have no savings as my money is almost always gone by the end of the month. This month, after deducting 450,000 VND for transportation and 440,000 VND for Baby Bean's meals, I am left with 2,360,000 VND. This is my budget for daily expenses. I just hope no unexpected issues arise. Anyway, I'm going to go cook dinner now. After all, these difficulties can't be resolved overnight. See what I bought? Chicken breast for 43,000 VND. Six chicken eggs for 19,500 VND. Six chicken eggs for 19,500 VND. King oyster mushrooms for 11,900 VND. Cherry tomatoes for 11,350 VND. Bell pepper for 7,600 VND. Rose apples for 15,300 VND. Plums for 7,300 VND. 2 cans of beer for 20,000 VND. I'll put the rice on to cook first, then wash the vegetables and fruit. I don't need to buy rice. I bring it from home whenever I visit the countryside. Every single grain of rice is imbued with the sweat of loved ones. What about you? Are you using Vietnamese rice? If not, why not give it a try? Vietnamese rice is not only delicious, but also embodies the heartfelt warmth of the farmers who produced it. Now let's get cooking, starting with a fruit salad. I'll start with the rose apples. I'll quarter them and cut them into bite-sized pieces. Next come the plums, cherry tomatoes, and bell peppers, all to be tossed together in a large bowl. Finally, add the salad dressing and mayonnaise, allowing the fruit to soak up the sauce. I really enjoy eating salad. It is easy to eat and prepare and doesn't take much time, making it perfect for those living alone. What about you? Do you feel the same way? Let me know in the comments. As for the chicken breast, I split it in two. I slice half to stir fry with mushrooms and save the other half for the next day. After slicing, I marinate the meat and let it sit for 5 minutes so the flavors can soak in thoroughly. The seasonings include fish sauce, seasoning powder, oyster sauce, soy sauce, pepper, chili sauce, and tapioca starch. I've included the recipe in the description, so feel free to check it out there if you're interested. While waiting for the chicken to marinate, I'll slice the mushrooms, halving them, and then cutting them into diagonal slices about 1 centimeter thick. I also prep the scallions, ginger, and onion and mix the sauce ingredients together before I start stir frying. After getting everything ready, I started stir frying the dish. I turned on the stove and added cooking oil. I sauteed the scallions and ginger until fragrant, then added the chicken and stirred well. Alternatively, it is also fine to add the meat first and then the scallions and ginger. Since the scallions and ginger are used to impart aroma and sweetness to the dish, it doesn't matter whether you add them before or after the meat. When the chicken had firmed up, I added the mushrooms and stir-fried them together. Because mushrooms cook very quickly, I stirred them for just 1 minute before adding the sauce. I continued stirring for another 2 minutes to let the sauce thicken and blend into the dish. Then add the scallions, give it a quick stir, and it's done. What do you think of this dish? Give my method a try, I guarantee you'll love it. Now it's time to serve it for dinner. I don't eat much rice, just one small bowl like this per meal. Please join me for the meal, but first I need a sip of beer to cool off. In this hot weather, a cold sip of beer feels absolutely amazing. This stir-fried chicken breast with mushrooms is delicious. The chicken is tender and sweet, pairing perfectly with the mushrooms. The salad was also fantastic. It was truly worthy of a celebratory meal. If I had a higher income, I would certainly be more generous on a day like this. But that's okay. This is already wonderful enough for me. But it's okay. For me, this is already great. Do you celebrate your payday? And how do you celebrate? Could you share with me? Do you celebrate with anyone else? Or are you like me, treating yourself while alone in an empty rented room? Sometimes that's all life needs. No noise, no bustle, just a sense of inner peace. Cooking for myself, enjoying the meal, and nurturing my well-being. Despite a low income, I still find peace of mind. So what if there's loneliness or hardship? Can't I still find joy right here in this quietude? That is my life. What about you? Do you relate to me at all? Do share your thoughts with me. And even if our lives are different, I am truly grateful to you for listening to my story. It might seem dry or mundane, but this is my reality. The life of a 45-year-old man living alone in Vietnam. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you will continue to support my channel. Goodbye and see you in the next video.